We watched the video log from your dive. I'm truly heartsick.
I'm furious. Where should we start?
The destroyed vent. I couldn't believe how badly the seabed was chewed up.
Vents that might have had a fossil record dating back over 1 billion years.
And microbial life that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. Who knows what cures we've lost.
Your drone's a fallen hero, Andre. I think it spooked the miners before they did more damage.
If you hadn't been willing to dive without a map, we would never have confirmed they were actively mining.
Who gets the satisfaction of turning them in?
We were debating that before you came on.
We should jointly report. It'll be stronger.
Agreed.
Agreed. Now tell us about the whale fall. Could you ID the whale?
The whale fall was definitely from the baby's family. The tail fluke was intact enough to scan it.
But you are sure it wasn't the mother?
It wasn't the mother. The ID matched another whale we know from her family. But it was an older whale, so more vulnerable.
Do you think there's any connection to the miners?
They did plenty of damage, but I don't think the whale fall is on them.
I can pull out anything from the scan log that might be worth investigating.
Already have. Can you turn these into dive objectives?
Right. Catch you in a bit.
Teach you to swim, a piece of driftwood, your new best friend. Keep you dry until you fall in. If I fade, I'll always be your friend. Find the beauty while you can. Running mine, got into. Feeling lonely, it's what we do. We won't stop just to comfort you. A piece of driftwood will keep you warm. It gives you something to live for. Fall in love like a heart.
Day 14. Arena's analysis of the whale fall shows evidence of toxins from a harmful algal bloom. We have to find Andrea and her family and get biosamples. On a positive note, Andrea's side trip was a success. He found an amazing group of teens who have been nurturing the turtle population back to health. Running out of dive time, especially if I go home early. I'm in and okay. This area looks so different at night. I used to love diving in the moonlight.
The pod was active in this area as recently as an hour ago.
When was the last tracking data for the baby or its mother?
Days ago. But they could be with the pod right now and just not making any noise. There you go, first waypoint. They'll load automatically from here on in. I have the Explorer drones patrolling to get as many eyes and ears looking for the pod as possible.
Do I need the buoys?
No, we'll use the hydrophones on the drones. They don't have the range or fidelity of the boys, but we need speed.
Thanks.
Mariah, you know that no chatter rule was just for the vent area, right?
I'm sorry?
I think he's pointing out that you seem distracted.
Sorry. I'm back. Talk to me about something positive, Andre. Were you able to make contact with the teenagers you were telling me about?
They've been helping the leatherback turtle population rebound here in the region. They've developed a nest cooling technology to help the baby turtles. They've also built their own tracking drones.
Teens with tech. Sounds like you've inspired some citizen scientists, Andre.
I have the lab ready to start work on the samples when you're done with your dive.
How quickly will you get results?
We can do initial screens quickly to narrow things down.
Have you decided whether or not you want another dive back at the brine pool?
With everything going on, I really hadn't had the chance to look at the schedule, but I would always say yes to that.
Right. I found the underweight orca.
If you can easily collect a sample, we might as well screen him for toxins and pathogens.
I don't remember having dolphins in the dive objectives.
I added them because of their role in the disease that hit the dolphin population a few years back.
Done. Andre, have you picked up any tags from our pod?
No, not yet. I'm going to widen the radius for the explorer drones.
I'm near the waypoint and can hear a humpback singing, but I don't see it. I think I'm losing it. It's gotta be close. I feel like it's singing right in my ear.
Try a scan visor.
That's totally weird. I see a scan dot, but nothing's there. I think the humpback is invisible.
Sorry, I'm afraid I'm the invisible whale.
I'm definitely losing it. I thought you just said you're an invisible whale.
Well, not me. The humpback song I generated. You're at a playback station. It's pretty small on the buoy line, but in the dark you probably can't see the line.
Well, it must be pretty authentic. At least enough to convince your drone. Mirai, have you heard back from Ren yet?
No.
Is Ren okay? Rai, are you there?
I'm not sure.
Pardon?
I meant about Ren. I don't know. We had a fight right before I left the sub.
Do you want to call her now? I can patch you through.
Seriously? Here?
Well, I have to watch your video feed for safety, but I can mute your audio track for privacy.
Wow, I've never talked to her while I was diving. No, I'll wait for the sub.
Okay, Mariah, you're on. The drone on the outer patrol just picked up several sperm whales on visual.
Thanks.
No sound alerts at all. They're being awfully quiet.
I think I found the pod. Yes, that is them. I don't see the baby, but it's a little dark.
Why aren't they moving?
They're sleeping.
I had no idea. They look alien, but beautiful.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna mute my comm while I get the samples.
I don't think they can hear us through your visor.
I think she is the one that is needing some quiet.
Thanks, Arena. Catch you at the sub. Mariah out.
I study things that are beyond their wildest imaginations, and that I see things that are brand new to science and to people and to humanity every day.
I'm at home in these kinds of environments. It's funny, I'm more comfortable here than I probably am on the outside.
It wasn't just that I was meant to be out on ships. I was supposed to be in the bottom. I was supposed to be in the deep water. I was supposed to be doing those things that nobody had ever done before. It completes who I am. Being a deep sea scientist, it does require sacrifice. I mean, we're away from our families for weeks on end, sometimes months on end. It's a constant struggle because you miss parts of your kid's life. My oldest daughter was about to turn 3 when the oil spill happened in 2010. I was at sea a lot. So between 27 months and 36 months, I was gone probably more than I was there. When I came home after a 5-week stint in the Gulf, she came running up to me in the airport. She had transitioned from a toddler to a little girl, and the little girl was gone, and there was this other person there, and you don't ever get that back. It was a decision. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna miss transformations, I'm gonna miss really important things. Is it worth it? I had talked to her class about the ocean, and one of her friends said something to her, and she responded, you know, my mommy, she's the ocean doctor. The ocean is sick, and she's trying to make it better. She couldn't even say important. She's like, it's really important. But she understands that it's an important job. Every time before I leave, I say, my most important job on this planet is being your mother. But this is part of me too.
Imagine if I was sent in to go study the Mona Lisa and I come in with a pair of snippers and I'm like, I'm gonna need to cut this baby up a little bit to see what kind of chemical composition is going on there. Like, you wouldn't do that, right? We don't have to kill these animals. We don't have to kill to understand. If we could do a single cell, that means we don't need to kill 20,000 animals to be able to really understand that one. We could do our work much more non-invasively.
So we are working this year on a new project to deploy tags on orcas. We need to learn more about the diet and how they use the habitat. So by deploying those tags, we get the information we need. It is the least invasive method. It is suction cups. So it is not a scratch on the whale afterwards, which is something we really like.
In the deep sea, we use these like robotic claws from the oil and gas industry that gets you the sample, but this is so archaic. So we've been designing something called squishy robot fingers, which are ways to be gentle when we study the deep sea. But I think we could even take this another level. There's some organism, we quickly encase it. It's like a medical checkup. We give it a swab to get its genome. We image it from all directions. We open it up, the animal goes away, and we have more information than we've ever had before. These animals are Mona Lisas. Our perception of them should change. We should be more delicate.
Baby, we don't have much time.
Hydrothermal vents are located on the seabed, often in deep water, but sometimes in shallower water. And they form in areas where new oceanic crust is being formed. You can have 400-degree water here and 2-degree water over here. It's an accelerometer for chemistry, and you can form organic compounds in the absence of biology. Everybody's interested in vents because of the metals, including humans. But the metals are sort of the nuclei for life. When you think about what's required for life, you've got to have an energy source, you've got to have a system that's able to utilize that energy source, and the organisms sort of co-evolve with the rock. And in my mind, that's probably how life originated. There are reservoirs of precious metals in the deep sea, and we do have societal needs for precious metals. It's very short-sighted and dangerous to exploit resources in ecosystems that we don't truly understand how those ecosystems function.
Deep sea mining is when people go out and extract minerals from the seafloor. People do this because a lot of the minerals that we have on land are actually being depleted, like copper and zinc, so we're looking to the ocean to get those minerals.
We want these minerals for solar panels primarily, and we want them for cell phone boards. It's necessary to advance society and get us off fossil fuels. We simply have no idea about the environmental consequences of a lot of these actions that we're taking in the deep sea. We have tended to go for the quick benefit and we'll deal with the consequences later. Well, I think that has caught up with us.
We don't know enough right now to effectively, selectively mine the deep sea without catastrophic consequences.
The science has always lagged behind the industrialization. I would like for once to see the science ahead of the industrialization and have the science define the limits of the industrialization.
So say exactly what's been on your mind. We don't have much choice, so go ahead, use your voice.